Hi everyone! I went to an orchid show in Lisbon, and today I wanted to share with you the orchids I brought home. Let's start with this cymbidium, which I found absolutely irresistible. Surprisingly, there were not many for sale at the show, unlike last year. But instead, they had other species showing that orchid buyers are getting more demanding, which is good and opens new perspectives for the next shows. Anyway, this cymbidium was love at first sight, and it was the only one there with this color. It's not a very large plant, and it has only one spike, but the flowers are different, and I love them. The sepals and the two petals are greenish yellow, and they contrast with this white lip, which has golden dots. Very, very beautiful. I wanted to buy another one, but they were all similar to the ones I have already. So this is all in what concerns new cymbidium at my home. Let's see some more of the orchids I bought. And these are they, little bunch. Let's start with this Phalaenopsis, which is a primary hybrid. You can see the identification now on the screen. I think it's a good plant, potted in bark with some little stones. It has good roots, a bit dehydrated. Can you see the little stones in it? The leaves are good. It has 3 spikes. Can you see the flower here? One flower opened. And there is a bud on the other spike. Very beautiful flower. The leaves are not bad. The roots need a clean up, but it's a good plant, I think. These stains result of the treatment they got, certainly. I like it. And then we have here another primary hybrid, also stained from treatment. This one has been certainly traveling from the exhibit to exhibit. You can see the identification now, as well as the picture of the flower. The vendors had one of these plants with the flower to show people how the flower was. It has good roots. They're very dehydrated, but I think they will recover. One of the leaves is also damaged, but she looks okay. I suppose she will recover. And this is another Phalaenopsis. This is a species. Identification on that tag, Phalaenopsis hieroglyphica, with good roots. They were all of them quite dehydrated. I've just sprayed them with a little bit of water. Not very much, just a little bit. I don't want them to get in shock. This one plumped up immediately. Although quite small yet, these Phalaenopsis species and primary hybrids can get large, very large, if they grow well. The leaves get much longer and wider, and they can grow multiple spikes which grow longer and can rebloom year after year, so we should never cut them off. Next we have this Laelia crispata, which is a Brazilian species. Therefore, she's classified as a Cattleya now, as only some of the Mexican Laelias remained in that genus. But anyway, Laelias have a different look about them, and I find it difficult to call them Cattleyas. These pseudobulbs are quite interesting, aren't they? They are sort of cylindrical. Very unusual shape. The blooms are very beautiful, solid yellow color, and fragrant too. I bought this orchid from a Brazilian vendor. The medium is sphagnum moss, but not from New Zealand. I bet this is sphagnum moss from Chile in South America, which is very good one too. Let me see inside the pot. This is not the ideal moment to disturb the roots, but I really must check them out. There seem to be at least some viable roots here, but I will know better after cleaning them. This is not the good time to repot. There are no new roots yet, but I will have to take the risk. There is a new growth starting though, so coming spring we will get new roots, hopefully. To avoid much alteration in the system, for the time being I will repot this in sphagnum moss, and when new roots sprout I will repot it in Orchiata bark. This is another orchid I bought from the same Brazilian vendor. This one is Encyclia randi alba. The flowers are greenish yellow, amazingly beautiful and fragrant. Apparently, this is a very rare species in cultivation, so I'm glad I could find one. The oval or rounded shaped pseudobulbs caught my eye, as well as the long, thin leaves. There are a few new growths here, but I will see better after I clean the roots. This is my last one in this haul. It looks like a catasetum, but it's not. It is apparent to catasetum though. The main differences is that this one produces flowers with both female and male organs, unlike catasetum, which produces either female flowers or male flowers, depending on the amount of light. Also in this one, the flowers sprout from the middle of the body of the pseudobulb and not from the base, as it happens with the catasetum. The cultivation care is very much similar in both. However, I might have a dilemma here with this plant. It has one new growth, which I did not notice when I was buying. I figured this one was already in dormancy, but instead it might be just the opposite. It might be breaking the dormancy and start growing. This means, or might mean, this orchid has not been acclimatized. What should I do? At this time, in European climate, the new pseudobulb should be fully grown and be losing its leaves and be preparing to bloom. Well, I've been thinking, and I will let this orchid do her thing and not interfere much. I will just go ahead and water, at least just a little bit at this stage, especially because the larger pseudobulb seems to be getting wrinkled. I suppose it's dehydration. This way the new pseudobulb will continue growing at his own pace. We still have nice temperatures here, and we'll have for a few weeks. After that, I will bring the plant home where it will be warmer, and we will go from there. I will let the plant decide what she wants to do. Well, this is it for today. I hope you have enjoyed my new orchids. And with another look at my new lovely scene video, I bid farewell until we meet again in another video. Bye-bye.